everyone, this is Lori from the Crafting Auntie. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back all my current subscribers and welcome to my new subscribers. I'm so glad you're here. So today I want to do another mini loaded file folder. And this is from a clockmaker kit from Polka Art Studio. And I fell in love with it and I thought, oh my goodness, these file folders that are in the kit would be perfect to do a loaded file folder again. I have enjoyed those very much. I've done a couple of them on my channel and you can check those out if you check out my videos. And so I'm just going to go ahead and get started here. So right now I'm just finishing cutting this out. I did print this on 65-pound cardstock. Some I have done on 110, but I figured 65 would be okay. So what I want to do is we'll cut this out, and then I'll show you what else I'm going to do on this. I'm going to use walnut stain for my inking today. Okay. So I made one a while back, and I printed on this side too, so that it would show up like this. So that looks cool. Okay, I'm just going to fold this, and then I'm going to go ahead and ink it up. Now my plan is I want to do a little accordion pocket in the front, and I've cut this piece that will match with this clock piece. So I want to do the accordion pocket coming out this way. And I have these glassine envelopes. They're little vintage envelopes I got off Etsy. They have some writing on them. That doesn't really bother me. It's got all the different countries of probably stamps that were in these. And so yeah, I'm just going to use these. They're perfect size for this. So the first thing I want to do is do some inking. Now I've already prepped a lot of the items to go inside, and I have done some stitching. So I've got some tags, I have a journal card, and we'll finish those up together and I'll show you those as we go along. So I want to just give this a good ink all the way around. And I'm also going to do the inside because part of this will be showing. Not all of it, but I'm just going to go ahead and go around all of it. This is a fun, easy project. If you have a digital kit, it really is a beginner-friendly project that anyone can do. And if you don't have a digital kit, you can still use file folders and then just cut them to the size that you want. Now this one happens to be about 5 1/8 by, with the tab and everything, it comes to 4 inches. So it's probably about 3 inches without the tab. So they don't have to be very large, but you can do so many fun things with these. Decorating them, stuffing them full, add them to your journal. You can put it as a front cover piece. I think that would be cool on there. Now I have an idea. I have not done this one before, but I want to add a belt buckle as well. And I'm trying to, I think I want the belt buckle to come around the front of this. So what I would end up doing, let me just ink this up real quick and we can play with this piece here. I thought it would be fun to add a piece of leather with a Tim Holtz buckle, which I have here, and I do have a brad. So I'm thinking those would be cool on here. And my thought was, since this kind of matches up here, is to have the buckle come across the front here, and then I want to use this as my little pull down for the accordion pocket. So accordion pocket is what I want to make with this. So we may as well work on that and get this part done, and then the rest of it goes together rather quickly. So I'm just going to use some art glitter glue, and the first thing I want to do is just close these envelopes up. So I'm just going to add a little glue down here because I want to make sure I don't glue the inside. So we'll just add a little bit of glue and seal these all up. If you don't have these, you could also just make some small envelopes. There's lots of ways you can do those. You can also just cut paper and glue it just like you would on the sides and fold it at the bottom, and then you could glue them together to make the accordion as well. Okay, so now when I have these, I want to make sure this is glued down. I don't want these little pieces popping up. Yeah, let's see. Okay, so there. Let's do a little bit over here. Just make sure they're glued down good. Okay, now I'm going to use my paper trimmer, and I'm just going to trim a sliver off of the very top of these envelopes. And that's going to create my opening. So if you made your own, you wouldn't have to do this. You could just fold your papers and have it open at the top. Okay, so now I should have all of these open at the top. So they'll be making little pockets like this. Okay, so we have that. Again, this is a super simple project. I think anyone can pretty much do this. Okay, so now that I have these, let's just make sure they're all open. So this is going to create our accordion pocket. Oop, I didn't quite get that one cut. So let me just snip a little bit off of here. Okay, great. Perfect. And perfect. Is this one? Yep. Okay, so I want to make sure they're all upright. And we're going to just add glue to the center of each one and glue them together. So I'm just going to run a bead down the center, just like that. And then glue that on top of the other envelope. And then just add glue again here. And add the next envelope. You can do as many as you want of these that you would like. I mean, if you get too much, it might be too bulky, but I think you can probably add a few more than what I have here. Now that we've got that done, this creates our accordion. And I've done several of these different ways. So there's our accordion. So I'm just going to let this dry a little bit. And let's work on this. So I want to do a buckle. So I think what I want to do is cut a piece out there. And then let's add our buckle to this piece. Let me grab my little pokey tool from my journal signature stitching kit here I have in this box. And I'm just going to grab this. And I'll just line this buckle up onto the leather and give it a little poke. Trying to center it. That wasn't very good on getting centered. Let me do that a little better. And then we'll just add our brad. Okay. Poke that through. And then put your prongs down so that they won't stick out. And press them firmly. And that creates our little buckle here. So I think what I want is I want this to come over here. And then we have another piece that's going to come over here. So let me just cut a piece of this. And I'm going to grab my micro punch. So I have a little micro punch. It's pretty small. And then I'm just eyeballing it. You know, if you want to measure and measure it out, that's awesome. Do that. I'm just going to eyeball and try to put at least 3, I think, in this. So I'm just trying to center it. Okay, so we've got 2. Let's see how much more we might need. So I'm going to go into the second hole and feed this through. And I think I want to do one more. I want it a little bit longer. So let's do one more. Let me see if I can eyeball this. Let's try that. So put as many as you think you might want, depending on how you want it to look. So I want this to come over a little bit more, just about like that. Now what I want to do is glue this to the back side. So I'm just going to make sure that I have it straight. Turn this over and we'll do one side at a time. So add your glue and then fold this over and just hold it down for a little bit. The good thing about art glitter glue, so this is what I do typically use, is that it grabs quickly. And I just want to make sure it's good and secure before I do the other side. Okay, so now I'm just going to make sure that this is straight. About like that. And then we're going to turn it over and do the same thing, but I'm going to trim this off. You don't need all this amount. So we'll put the glue again and fold this over. Oh, the other side's come up. And I think I'm going to add some glue underneath this. I don't really want this moving, so let's just secure this as well. And I think I'm just going to let this sit for a couple minutes. And one thing I want to do is kind of angle this edge. So we're just going to cut a little bit here and a little bit here. So I've got kind of a little angle kind of thing here going on. So let's just make sure that this is going to stick down good. I'll just hold it here for a couple seconds more, give it a chance to grab, and make sure it's going to stay. So that is what's going to end up going here. I think that looks pretty cool, having that buckle on there. Okay, so while this is drying and grabbing and this is drying, let's go ahead and do this. Now I have just cut gussets 3/4 of an inch wide because I don't want this pocket to be super wide. So at 3/4 of an inch, you're just going to score at 1/4, 1/4, and 1/2. And then you would fold it. I've already done the other one. So you would just mountain and valley. Just get your gussets all folded. So let me take my bone folder. Okay, so we've got some gussets here, and I want this part to be on the outside. So it's going to go in here like that. And it's going to give you a little bit more give, but not as much. Now the first thing I want to do, because I don't want this peeking out, is I'm going to give this a little angle. And I've got my second one right here. And that one's going to go here, so I'm going to do a little angle here. And then let's ink them up. Okay. Now you could do larger gussets if you choose. I just did not want to have super big ones to go onto this. But depending on what you want to tuck into the inside of it, you can make it as large as you want. Okay, so let's go ahead and glue these on. So glue here. We'll get this down first. So line this up with the bottom. Press that on. And then this one, the same thing. Add the glue here. And line this up. Close to the bottom. That's about right. Press those down. And then add glue to this side. And you don't need to do anything in the bottom. If you wanted to make this a lot larger, you could do the same thing and add a gusset there. I have done that before. It's all depending on how much room you want. So this is about the room that I want for mine. So I'm just going to give this a good press all the way around. So now we've got our little pocket. Okay, I think we're probably good to work on this. So the next thing I want to do is glue this onto here. And I'm just going to put the glue in the center again. Before I do that, let me just ink around all these edges. Forgot to do that, because you might see a little bit of this, and I don't want to see all the white. You could also back this with a different digital or maybe some coffee dye paper. Or something like that. Okay, so you want to make sure that you're up, got the right sides up, and then I'm just going to turn this over and turn this over and line this up. Just like that. And then press it down. Now, I want to add this as like a little closure, but also a little thing to open it up. So maybe in the center, maybe? Let's see. This is going to line up about like that. Maybe in the center. Now this is pretty loose. So I think what I'll do is add maybe a tiny bit of this leather underneath. Let's give this a try. I have not tried this yet, so let's see if this is going to give me enough to hold it on there. I think so. Okay, so I'm just going to add a little bit of glue under here and then slide this piece in there. And that'll give me just that little bit. You could add paper, cardstock, something in there. You could crimp them down. I've tried that, but they don't look quite right. So I'm never happy with that. Now, when you put this on, you want to make sure you go inside the first envelope. And I'm making sure that I put this to where the leather is holding this in place. So if that makes any sense, I'm not showing the leather here. You could actually put a little journal word in there or something else that you might like in there. Okay, so that is going to be my little pull down for my accordion pocket. Now to put this on, all you need to do is put glue in the center again. Now I have done it both ways. I have added glue to just part of it on the sides and the center. But you don't have to. You can just put it in the center. Now I'm trying to line this up so my clock kind of matches like that. And then press that down really good. I'm not going to open it up for a couple of seconds. I'm just going to let this get put in place good. Okay, I'm loving it. So far, so good. Okay, so I will show you all the pieces of ephemera that I've already prepared and I have already stitched. So let me grab those. Let me show you. So this kit is gorgeous. So we have a journaling card, and I've backed them all with craft cardstock. So these I have stitched. We have tags, and then we have a few more tags. So these I want to go ahead and finish up because I do want to have some things popping out of this. So let's try this out. Yes. And this is heavy enough that it's holding. I love it. Now you could add a little, like a little metal flip here to hold it in place. That's a possibility. But I'm pretty happy with this. Now as I add more things into it, I may change my mind. But for right now, I love it. Okay, so let's add some eyelets. So I've got my eyelet box, and I'm thinking I want to use some copper. I think that would go really well with this. So let's finish up our tags. My crocodile and the large setting. And let's get these all punched. And then I also have some sari silk I think would look great on these. I'm thinking this is probably going to be something that's going to stick out. It's probably a little bit too large for this, but I want to put an eyelet on this side anyway. And then we'll see how it looks. Okay. Get these all set. I think these copper eyelets look really good with this kit. You don't have to use a kit. Again, you can use anything you want, even some vintage papers. You may have to back them on cardstock, but you can use anything you want for this. Let me just put these away. And then I have this sari silk, and I think this color right here would look really good. So let's cut this piece in half. And then I'm just going to feed it through the eyelet and then just tie it. Like that. And then we'll just trim off the edges. Just like that. You can tie them any way that you like. This is the way I like to tie mine. Like that. Let's get some more of this. It's beautiful. Sari silk. Now I have distressed all the tags before I mounted them onto the craft cardstock and before I stitched. You can also ink again around that if you wish. Okay, let's go ahead and add all of our tags and cards. So I think I want this one to just be on an angle like this. And let's tuck this one in the back. And we'll put one here. let's see. Try not to cover up completely her face. She's got such a pretty face. There. Let's see if we can get her peeking out a little bit more. All right. So there we have it. This is our loaded file folder with an accordion pocket and belt buckle. So this opens up. You can add all kinds of goodies in here as well. And we have all of the goodies in here. You can see the back. This is part of the kit. Okay, well that's our project for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully you'll give this a try. And God bless you all. We'll see you at the next video. Have a great day. Bye.